Welcome to the Natural Health Podcast, where we bring awareness of sustainable health in the business hustle space. The Natural Health Podcast is perfect for the high-performing business-minded individuals who want to work with their biochemistry to achieve optimal health. It's Wednesday, which means it's time for What Would I Do? In today's episode of the Natural Health Podcast, we discuss this week's question. All questions are kept confidential. I read them and answer them as if it was me. What would I do? Hence the name, Wednesdays, What Would I Do? The information provided is not to be taken as advice and is solely for information purposes only. I'm not here to cure, treat, or provide medical advice. I'm here to educate and inform you so you're able to take the next steps towards optimal health. Please discuss any medical issues with your healthcare professional. Let's get into today's question. I love all the questions that you guys are sending through. Absolutely love them. Today's question is quite an interesting one. So I'm going to go read it now. Here we go. I am a fit, athletic young female in my 30s. I exercise 5 times a week, mainly classes at the gym. I have noticed a crunching noise when I walk, especially uphill or the stairs. I also suffer from knee pain. Both my knees hurt. I've been to the doctor and he said I have a mild case of arthritis due to my exercise routine. What do I do? Can I remove the arthritis in any way? What exercises am I able to do? This is an absolutely great question, and a lot of us do exercise and a lot of us do go to the gym and do classes, and sometimes we've heard those cracking noises in our knees and we're like, oh my gosh, what are they? So I'm glad that you've been to the doctor, you've examined it, and he has come forward and confirmed that it is arthritis. So before we get into answering the question or letting you know what I would do, let's have a look at arthritis. What is arthritis? So arthritis is not one disease alone, but an umbrella term for more than 100 conditions that affects the joints in the body. So the joints are points where 2 or more bones meet each other, such as the knee in this case. It can also be the wrist, knuckle, hips, and ankles. So arthritis is a medical condition that damages the body's joints, causing discomfort and pain. It can range from mild to severe and can affect people of all ages, in this case, a 30-year-old female. The symptoms of arthritis vary from person to person, and there could be such things as pain, swelling, redness, stiffness, and reduced movement, which can be not the most positive thing, especially when you're exercising and you love your exercise. So arthritis is a general term that describes inflammation of the joints. So in this case, osteoarthritis is the most common form of arthritis, and it happens when the cartilage in your joints breaks down at your hips, knees, and spine, and yours is at your knee. It's also combined with morning stiffness or stiffness after inactivity for more about 15 minutes. So what can happen is it can wear away when you're working hard, when you have improper alignment. It wears off. Your joints wear off, and this is what happens with arthritis, osteoarthritis, that you may have at your knees, and you're working so hard because you absolutely love your gym. I understand you absolutely love your classes. So now the thing is when with you working out in classes, it's not specialized to you. So the classes at the gym are just an overall exercise class that are beneficial for the body. It's not specific and made for you, for your health. And sometimes this occurs and the form is not taken in consideration. So you may be doing, let's say, a jumping squat, and whilst you're jumping and you're squatting, you may not be squatting the right way, which is causing more harm on your knees, and the personal trainer, whoever's holding the class, isn't really paying attention to you because they have other 20 individuals that they're looking after. So they can't keep an eye out on every single person and ensure that the form is at the right place. And if you're just doing these classes 5 times a week, and let's say you've done it for a year, that is a lot of improper movement unless you have been trained how to squat, how to lunge, how to do certain movements proper to ensure that you're not putting so much strain on your knees, okay? So my thoughts are that this may have occurred due to a misalignment in your body. There must have been some type of weakness in your body. So by going to the gym 5 times a week, I'm not too sure if you're having any rest days or if you're just going bam, bam, bam and doing the same movements 5 times a week, because most of the classes include the whole body. So let's say you're squatting every single day, you're doing lunges every single day. That repetitive movement, that repetitive motion is causing the arthritis in your knees, okay? And a lot of the classes, they mainly focus on your quads. They're mainly focused on your quads, so we need to strengthen different types of your body to ensure that your knees aren't creating the arthritis at the right time. It's not getting worse. Okay, so the thing is also like, so we need to address what is causing the arthritis in the first place, right? So I would ask questions such as, what is your diet like? Okay, are you obese? Because if you're obese, you're putting more pressure on your knees, on your joints. Do you have hypothyroidism? Do you have insulin resistance? Do you have crystal deposits in your joints? Because all of these, hypothyroidism, high iron overload, these can all be causes for arthritis, for inflammation, and this can all impact your arthritis. Another question I would ask is, what makes it better and what makes it worse? When is it more painful? When is it worse? When is it better? Is it after exercise? Is it in the morning? Is it at night? Is it we're not exercising at all? What makes it better and what makes your arthritis worse? So the thing is you're a 30-year-old, you work out 5 times a week, classes at the gym, you heard a cracking noise in your knees, you went to the doctor and they said it's arthritis. And now you're like, oh my gosh, I probably can never exercise again. I'm going to be in pain for the rest of my life. But when we think about it, like I said at the start, it's an inflammatory disease. So with any inflammatory disease, diet can impact majorly. Diet can have a huge impact on any inflammatory diseases, which means you may be able to manage your arthritis in a better way. So what would I do? It's not medical advice. It's literally what would I do if I was in this situation. The number one thing that I would do is I would find a personal trainer and work with them. I would find a functional personal trainer, someone to connect with, someone who gets me, someone who understands my body. I would book in an appointment, explain to them what's happened, explain to them the exercises that I love, explain to them how much I want to exercise and what my goal is. And hopefully he or she will be able to work with me and my body to put a program together that's going to benefit me, okay? Because I believe you love exercising, right? So that's what I would do. I would find a PT that I absolutely connect with and it's able to find a program that suits me and my body, understanding that I have arthritis in my knees. I would also find a good osteopath who can assist with manual therapy, manual adjustments to ensure that my body is the way it's supposed to be, it's moving the way it's supposed to be. If there are any, so what they do is they'll check if there's any restrictions on your body, any movement that you're restricted on, and ensure that your body is able to move at an optimal level. Because if your body is able to move at an optimal level, your PT, the exercises that you do, are going to be doing the beneficial work that they're supposed to be doing. What I would do then is I would then get involved in non-traumatic range of motion exercises. So what this means is low impact exercises. So I would not be jumping up and down in squats, right? I would do such things as yoga. I would get involved in Pilates. I would also get involved in acrobatics or movement in the water because this is low impact. Even consider a rebounder, low impact movements, but I would talk to a health professional before I would do any of that to ensure it's aligned with my body. Then the number one thing that I would do is reduce inflammatory foods. So have a look at my diet, look at it and go, okay, what foods are causing inflammation in my body, which is going to make my arthritis worse? Okay, consider those, remove them and replace them with anti-inflammatory foods, vegetables, amazing green vegetables that's going to assist you in managing the arthritis. Those are some of the things that I would do if I was in your situation. Absolutely great question. Thank you so much for sending it through. Absolutely love it. I hope this shed some light to your question or anyone who is in a similar situation listening. If you have arthritis, not even in your knees, anywhere else, you may be able to use similar things that I said that I might do. Talk to a health professional and find out what suits you and your body best. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at mahela.raguse on Instagram and I'll be in touch with you and hopefully be able to answer your question via this podcast. I will dedicate 10 minutes of my time to answer your question on what would I do. And I'll be able to assist you to make steps forward to optimal health. So remember, you're not alone in your journey to optimal health. I'm here to assist you and make your journey a pleasant one. Until next Wednesday, love you.